You guys, here's the easiest fat loss guide that you guys can use coming into 2023 that will literally help you on a daily basis to lose 10, 20, 30, 40, or even 50 pounds. I see a lot of people just really overcomplicate fitness and nutrition and all these things when it comes to your weight loss or gaining muscle or whatever. And I'm gonna give you some really simple tools to be able to utilize that's easy. It's literally like kindergarten level shit that you can start doing, okay? But you need to do it. You need to take fucking action. The first thing is motherfucking walk more, okay? How much more? More than what you're doing now. So what I want you guys to do is look at how much you're walking on a consistent basis. There are step trackers. You can get Oura rings. So are these things accurate? No, they're not 100% accurate, but it gives you a baseline just to see exactly kind of where you're at. You know what I mean? It just gives you some data, and data is really important when it comes to your health and nutrition. Because if you're not tracking data, you're not going to see where you're at. This is why I am such a firm believer of tracking macros. You cannot manage what you don't measure. It's the same thing with your walking. You can't, if you're not measuring it, you can't manage it, okay? So you can go download a free step counter on the App Store. You can go get an Apple Watch if you have the funds for it, or an Oura Ring. These apps literally tell you on average what you're averaging per day and per week. And if you are walking 5,000 steps a day, just increase that. The next week, increase it to like 51 or 5,200. Because that is something that you can shift in your lifestyle that's not going to be really difficult for you, okay? But 15% of our burned calories on a daily basis comes from things like walking. So this is important. If we can just increase this, you're just going to burn more calories on a daily basis, and it's a win-win for you, okay? So we want to make sure that we're just walking more. Get out and go move your body. Like, your body was put on this planet to move. So start walking more. And before I dive into the rest of this, you guys, I don't want you to overcomplicate this. Don't overthink this, because a lot of people do. It's not easy, but it's really simple work that you guys just have to do on a daily basis. The only reason that you don't get to the place that you want to when it comes to your health and nutrition is simply just because you're not doing it. But you're also probably following a meal plan. You're also probably being prescribed or being told that you have to do 60 minutes of cardio every single day in order to have the body that you want to, and you fucking don't. You don't need to do that. You can just simply start by walking. And if you simply just start by doing that and walking, you're going to be able to see some results within your body, and you can walk until you're dead. You can walk all the time. Like, you can literally walk every single day. You can walk more laps around your house. You can take the stairs up. You can park your car further away when it comes to being at the grocery store, and just walk to the grocery store. Or just, instead of parking so close, you could just park the car a little further back and walk further, and then you're going to get in more steps. Okay? So don't overcomplicate this. So the first step is walk more. The second thing is start eating some more nutrient-dense foods. Like, just stop eating like trash and start eating some more nutrient-dense foods. Shop on the outside of the grocery stores. You notice how I said don't restrict anything? Don't cut anything out of your diet, okay? But we need to first start eating 80% wholesome, nutrient-dense foods. So look at your day. Your day is 24 hours. You're eating, whatever time you get up till whatever time it is that you go to bed. So look at your day. Your day the first part of your day, you should be eating whole foods. You should be eating, a good whole food breakfast, a good whole food lunch, a snack, and then have a whole food dinner. At the end of the day, if you are tracking your calories and you have some left, that's where you can squeeze in a cookie. That's where you can squeeze in maybe even a couple cookies. You can have, some Reese's Trees. That's where you can fit in the things that you love. You don't need to live this rigid life where you're just constantly trying to cut calories and trying to restrict food and trying to eat clean all the time, because that just doesn't work. It's not sustainable. It's just like all these other fad diets out there. It's not fucking sustainable. You can't stick with it. You can stick with something like this. This is why people overconsume calories, because they're not consuming enough nutrient-dense calories. It's because people aren't full from their meals, so they go and eat trash, whatever's in their pantry. I love processed foods. I love crackers. I love muffins. I love donuts. You guys should all love it too, but those kind of things don't keep you full. And you can eat a lot of this shit and not feel full. And if you're eating until you're full in processed foods, you're literally screwed. Now try that with chicken and potatoes. Try to eat till you're full with chicken and potatoes. It doesn't take that much. And a chicken and potato meal is only like 400 to 500 calories. Okay? Not only eat them 1 to 2 meals a day, have your nutrient dense foods. Now your hunger is satiated, and this will result in weight loss. And then you can start squeezing in the processed foods. Okay, so the next thing is eat more protein. Well, how much more protein? Just eat more of it. Just like walking more, I want you to eat more protein, okay? This macronutrient, there's 3 macronutrients: protein, carbs, fats. This one is the most important. It's the most satiating macro. That will help you build muscle, it'll help you maintain muscle, and it'll also keep you from over-consuming calories, okay? If you have more muscle on you, it helps you burn more calories at rest. And the thing is, you can eat more and still get the same result. You're gonna feel your body more. You're gonna produce more active thyroid hormone, T3. It has the highest thermic effect of food. That means that your body, when you have more protein on a daily basis, it takes your body more energy to actually digest that food. So your body naturally will just burn more calories. Okay, it's really good for your liver. Okay, that's it. So look at where your protein intake is at. It's the same thing when it comes to your steps. Start using a food tracker. There's so many out there. Start using a food tracker and track what your protein's at. Okay, see where your protein's at. If you're at 60 grams, increase it to 65 for this week. Do that for a week. The next week, increase it to 70. Work your way up to like 80 to 100 grams and stay there for a while. That's how you can literally start doing that this week. One of my clients, just this last 2 weeks, she's lost 4 pounds just by increasing her protein from 0.3 grams times her body weight to like 0.6. In the long run, you should be eating at least 0.7 grams, 0.6 grams to like 1.2 grams times your body weight. But you got to slowly work your way up. You can't just go balls deep and just start eating 150 grams of protein right away, because that's really, really difficult. But see where you're at. Like, take a 7-day average and see exactly where you're at. You know, there's a lot of good protein sources out there. You know, any kind of meat that walks on this planet, fish, you can do protein powder, there's protein bars. There's a lot of different things that you can do and supplement to help fill in the gaps, because it's going to be difficult at first. But if you just start increasing a little bit at a time, it's going to make this process a lot easier. All right, so we've talked about walking more. We've talked about eating more nutrient-dense foods, increasing or eating more protein. The fourth thing we're going to talk about is tracking your calories, okay? Track your goal weight. Like, take your goal weight right now, whatever it is that you're at, and times it by 12. Okay, so say if your goal weight is, you know, I don't know, say your calories are at 1,700 calories. That number gives you 1,700 calories. Use a range, you guys, instead of trying to be perfect, because there's no such thing as perfect. And if you're trying to be perfect, you're going to fail. Like, this is exactly why people fail, is because they try to hit this perfect macro number, when if you do hit it, congratulations, like, good work, but it's not something that you can do on a daily basis of hitting your macros perfectly. So use a range. If it says 1,700 calories, do 17 to 2,000. So eat anywhere from 1,600 to like 2,000 calories, and just eat in that range, and do that over the course of 7 days, 14 days. Do that. Okay, you're probably going to be like, holy shit, that's a lot of food. But honestly, you're probably already eating that much. When you're eating like you are, it's easy to get your calories up so fast. A couple Cliff Bars, a couple cheese sticks, bowl of cereal, a couple sandwiches, 2 glasses of wine. It doesn't take that much to get up to 1,700 calories. And most people are like, well, I'm barely eating them and I can't lose weight. This isn't even a thing. What's happening, you're just unaware of your caloric consumption. But if you're eating 800 calories a day during the week, and then on the weekend you're consuming 3,300 calories Friday through Sunday, your weekly average is going to be fucked, and you're most likely going to go past your maintenance level calories. So this is why we want to really focus in on nutrient-dense food first: morning, lunch, snack, and then dinner. Get those calories in, and then the other calories fill in with the foods that you love. If you want to have some fucking ice cream, have some fucking ice cream. If you want to have some Doritos, have some Doritos. If you want to put Doritos on your taco bowl, do that. But track your calories. Again, we can't manage what we don't measure. It's super important. You don't have to track the rest of your life. You don't need to do that. But what you can do is get really good at tracking, and then you can learn how to master intuitive eating, so you know that in 2 or 3 years from now, by your efforts and your actions and your consistency of tracking food, that you just know what 3 ounces of chicken looks like. You know what a serving of rice looks like for you. So track your calories, and you can do that in the same tracker that you're going to get with your protein. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is carbs, fats, and the scale. You guys just let carbs and fats fall where they fall. Eat the carbs, eat the fats. You don't need to cut them at all. You don't need to cut or restrict any of them to lose weight. Don't confuse yourself. Calculate your calorie goal and your protein goal. Track those. But for the love of Jesus, like, don't cut this shit up. And then again, to measure your progress, step on the scale once a week. Step on the scale, take measurements bi-weekly, and take progress photos every single week. But remember, the scale is only data. Weigh yourself 1 to 3 times. Some weeks it's going to go up. Accept that. Weight loss isn't linear. You need to detach from the scale. Lifting weights, walking more, not fasting, not starving yourself, no trends, no cutting out foods. Focus on getting stronger instead of focusing on the weight loss. Okay? But you guys, you can do these things starting today, and you can literally see success. You can see results today. Start doing it. Start 2023 out with a bang. I'll talk to you guys on my next video.